up? My name is Daniela and welcome to a new vlog. So today is Sunday the 13th of November and the days have been really foggy and bleak, so I thought I would start a new reading vlog to make it a bit more fun for me and hopefully for you as well. I'm wearing one of my favorite pajamas, the no chill t-shirt. And yeah, I guess we could do a reading update. So I'm currently reading 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. So I got this from my library. I was very good actually because I only borrowed 2 books from my library that I was super excited about, and this is already the second one I'm reading. So I'm being really responsible and, you know, reading my library books, which is great. But anyway, I heard a lot of things about this book, but I didn't remember much about it. I just remembered that, you know, I was really interested, and so I was instantly drawn to it when I saw it at the library. And this is an adult romance or contemporary. I'm not sure how big a role the romance will have, but we follow 2 authors who are in their early 30s, I guess, and they didn't see each other since high school. So in high school they had like a short romance, and now they met after all of these years, and there's a lot of chemistry and also like unresolved past between them. So I guess it's a bit of a second chance romance. So when they met in high school, like both of their childhoods were really rough, and so they kind of instantly clicked based on being the outsiders and yeah, having rough conditions. And then she started writing books. She started writing like erotica fantasy with a vampire, I think, and the main character of that is modeled on Shane, who is the guy. And then he started writing, I guess, literary fiction, and yeah, one of his characters is modeled after Eva. So yeah, now they kind of met at a panel, like author event, and everyone could see the sparks flying, and now other people are starting to catch up on the fact that they have been writing about each other for like a decade. So yeah, that's the premise. It is really fun, but also really intense and sad, because we get flashbacks from their past, from their childhoods, and yeah, the childhoods, they had traumatic childhoods. So yeah, the scenes are pretty rough to read, and yeah, I hope there won't be that many of these flashback scenes, because yeah, I would much prefer to read about the present. I'm on page 106 and yeah, really enjoying it. Oh, also, one thing I probably heard about and then forget is that Eva has migraines. So yeah, this is a great rep to read, and this might be the first book that I'm reading about a character with migraines. And you know, it sounds weird to say like I'm enjoying to read about her like having horrible migraines, but you know, seeing stuff that you're going through is great when reading books, or like seeing a part of yourself. So that's a really nice experience. And yeah, so this will also count for my challenge to read more books with characters with a disability, which I didn't even realize when I picked it up. So yeah, this book is ticking off all the marks so far. Also, the other book I got from the library and already finished was the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling, and this was the perfect book to read a few days before Halloween, because you know, it's this atmospheric, lightly spooky read about a small town, and some bad magic gets released, and it's also a steamy romance. It's a second chance romance, and I really liked how it was low on the spooky side, because that's how I liked it, and it leaned more into the cozy and fun. And yeah, people tend to like compare it to Gilmore Girls vibes. I could kind of see that, and yeah, this was super fun. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm definitely interested in the sequel, which follows her cousin. But yeah, I might leave that for next year. But anyway, I was really hyped about this book, you know, since it came out. I think it was last year. And yeah, it worked out pretty well that I got it from the library just in time to read just before Halloween. So I was very happy about that. In other news, I went shopping yesterday, so I might show you what I got, because I don't do like hauls very often. I don't go shopping super often, so yeah. It's not books, because I have a ton of books to read till the end of the year, and I'm probably getting books for Christmas, so I actually avoided the bookstore by a wide berth, because, you know, it's better to prevent risk. But I did buy some clothes and shoes. So first I bought this pink jumper, which is very cute. I was trying on a load of sweaters and jumpers, like cardigans, from M&S, but all of the other ones ended up having a weird shape on me, which was very unfortunate because I really liked them and they were super cute. But anyway, I got this pink one. And you know, it's funny how I used to hate pink, because I don't know, the kind of thing like you thought it was a personality trait and I only wore black and blah blah. And now, you know, in the last few years I'm enjoying like incorporating pink things into my life, and yeah, so yeah, I think this is cute. And then I also got just normal bootcut jeans in black, because I desperately needed some new pants, because I already had like very few pairs, and then like one of my pair, like the zipper broke down also while I was at work, so that was a lot of fun. And so yeah, I desperately needed some more pants, and I actually still need more, but these were the only ones that I tried on and fit. So yeah, I should go back soon and, you know, find some more pants. But anyway, then I also needed some winter shoes, because basically now what I have for winter is like my purple Martens, and then I have like pink shoes. So I really needed some like nicer black ones, and I found two pairs and I couldn't decide. So I found these ones, which are a bit similar to Marten style, but they're much lighter, and you know, it's kind of nice black ones. And then I also tried on these, which are more like sport-like, and I also really like these. So yeah, I couldn't decide. And then there was like an announcement that they have 20% off on a second pair, so that kind of decided, yeah. So I mean, you already saw that I got both of them. So yeah, like this one look more kind of classy, nicer. I put up a poll on Instagram and almost everyone voted for this one, like the majority. But yeah, I think these ones are also kind of fun and a bit of a different style. So I'm happy with buying both of the pairs, and you know, I just really need to get some nice and functional things for the winter, because I hate winter. I always struggle with it. I'm always cold, so you know, I need both things to keep me as warm as possible, and also like for them to be pretty and nice and bring me joy, because there's not that much joy in the winter. So yeah, that's the haul. I still need to finish my breakfast. I have banana, avocado, blueberries, and some more things. Smoothie. And yeah, I will update you when something happens. Hello, so today is Sunday the 20th. I don't really remember when I started this vlog, like was it last weekend? And yeah, I might be repeating myself in this clip, but yeah, I've had quite a week, but I do have a reading update. So I finished 7 Days in June by Tia Williams and I loved it, as I thought I would. Since I first heard about this book, I was really drawn to it and my hunch was correct, because this was totally worth it. And it didn't even matter that like it's a unseasonal read, like it takes place in June and they're like eating gelato, but you know, I didn't mind and I really enjoyed it. So I really loved the characters. Eva was amazing. I loved the migraine rep, like she was amazing. She was, you know, she was like embarrassed about having a disability, but there was also like development in that. And yeah, although our migraines are not the same, I just found it really relatable, and it was just really nice to hear about a character who is going through something similar. And Shane was also great. Like they were both, you know, they had trauma from their childhoods and they were trying to deal with it. The writing was great, like it flowed really naturally and the dialogues were great, and you could tell that the author used to be like a beauty editor, because there was just a lot of glam and outfit descriptions, but it wasn't too much. Like I enjoyed it. But yeah, it managed to deal with a lot. So you have the flashback to when there were children and teenagers, so you have like a lot of trauma and content warnings there. Self-harm, drug abuse, assault, non-functioning parents. So definitely be aware that this is not like just a fluffy romance. It has definitely dark themes and it goes pretty deep into stuff, but it also had some fluffy and really funny elements, so it wasn't like all dark and intense. So it really hit some really good balance for me. I don't mind when a book is like all fluff, and I kind of mind when a book is like all misery and like horrible things happening. So yeah, it's just good to know that this is not like a fun summer contemporary, like only that. It also has the really intense parts. It also talks about publishing, obviously, because both of the main characters are writers, and it's also about solo parenting. So there's a lot of substance. And then there's the really intense romance and some really good steamy scenes. So yeah, romance wise I was really happy with it, and I really like all of the other elements. So yeah, I probably don't have much to criticize. I just thought it was really amazing. Oh yeah, I did say in the first vlog, in the first clip, that I didn't enjoy the flashbacks, which yes, those were like my least favorite part. But I have to say that like the first ones were my least favorite, and then like when it was actually about the two main characters spending time together, I didn't mind as much, although it was pretty dark. But there weren't that many of them in the end, so, and it was kind of good to actually see their history on the page. So yeah, I was kind of afraid it would be too much, but then it wasn't. So yeah, it was fine. So yeah, needless to say, I gave this 5 stars, and I also might have said that in the first vlog, but yeah, I'm really proud of myself for like actually reading both of the books I borrowed from the library. Now I just need to return them on time, but that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, doing well with my library books. Not so great with my like overall reading goals, but yeah, that's another topic. But I am working on my reading goals for this year. Like I haven't given up, and I have finally picked up Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. So this is like the penultimate book. Technically I need to pick up for my challenge to read all Jane Austen novels. So like a few weeks ago I read Northanger Abbey. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, did I talk about it? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I talked about it in this vlog. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, I have read Northanger Abbey, and now I picked up this one, which I've never read before. And then the only one that's remaining is Persuasion, which I technically read I read it years ago in Czech, but to complete the challenge I want to reread it and read it in English. But anyway, this is a bit of a chunker, but I'm really happy I picked it up, because with Jane Austen or like classics in general, like the act of picking them up is the hardest. Like, I have been talking about reading all of her novels for years, and obviously like it has been a tough challenge for me, but it is mostly the picking up. Like when I'm reading it, like obviously it's a slower read, it's a classic, but like I'm enjoying it, so it's not like reading it is like horribly hard, except for the fact that it goes slower. But I overcame the hardest step, and now I just need to get through it. And then picking up Persuasion shouldn't be hard, because like that's short and I have already read it, so that should be fine. But yeah, I'm on page 60 of Mansfield Park, and in this one we follow Fanny, and she was born to a family of many kids and they aren't super rich, so she is invited to live with her aunt when she's like 9 or 10, and like they are nice to her, but they very much want her to feel like she's not on the same level as like their daughters. So yeah, that's how she's growing up. And now I think she's 18 and she isn't like out to the society, so she's not going to balls, and she's like being excluded from things and stuff like that. And now like the cousins, like her two cousins, like her two female cousins, are starting to like have potential husbands, and so the only like person who she really feels close to in the household is her cousin Edmund. And yeah, he's like the kindness to her, and I just hope like it won't be a romance between the cousins, right? Like they're literally cousins. Like I know it used to be a thing, but like I hope not. So yeah, there's some potential drama starting up, and so far I'm really enjoying it, so we will see how it goes. Also, I got this copy secondhand kind of randomly, because I just wanted a cheap copy to read it and to know if I like it, and then maybe I will get like some nice editions of her books. But yeah, this is the Oxford World's Classics, and it has like a ton of extra material. So there's like introduction, which I haven't read because like they are spoilery, so I might read it after I finish it. Then there's like textual note, bibliography, chronology, appendices, explanatory notes. There are like loads of notes, like in every second paragraph there's like explaining what like this mean, and like it's really nice, although like I don't technically like need to know everything. Like they are talking about like some rank in the army, and like yeah, I got from the context that it's like a pretty low mark or rank, so I don't need to know like exactly what it is, or just like, you know, most of the things I get from the context. But it's really nice for the notes to be there, like if I feel like getting like more historical context. But with her other books that I read in editions that didn't have them, like I was fine. I just like gathered things from context. But yeah, I think my Pride and Prejudice copy that I had in college was like the Penguin Classic, like the black one, and that also had a lot of notes. So yeah, it's kind of nice, but like it can make the process even slower. So yeah, I'm kind of like reading just some notes, but also like it's hard for me not to look at them actually. But yeah, so it's a bit of a more immersive college-like experience, I guess. But yeah, enjoying it. In other news, like what I want to update you on is that, well, on Thursday I went to a local cafe and I probably had like my first ever pumpkin spice latte. Like, yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it might have been like my first ever. Definitely like the first in like however many years. Yeah, I really don't think I had it at Starbucks, because I've only been going to Starbucks like the past few years. And yeah, I really liked it. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I have to say that like I probably like prefer my cappuccino. So like it isn't something I need to have like every week, but it was nice to try it. And now actually I'm kind of being banished from my apartment by my dryer, because yeah, I live in a studio and the dryer has to be in this room because it doesn't fit in the bathroom. And when I put it on, it's like really super fucking loud for 3 to 4 hours, so I really prefer to just go outside. It's like a really good motivator. Like, I don't have a dog, but like my dryer motivates me to go outside. So yeah, I will probably go to a cafe. I will probably go to Starbucks, because it is really nice to go to local ones, but sometimes I just want to be like unbothered and, you know, just like have my peace in an anonymous chain. So yeah, I hope I will get some reading done there. I might also pick up some groceries, but yeah. Today is the 17th of December, so as you can see, a lot of time has passed. I got my haircut, so yeah, things have changed. But so last time I was talking about Mansfield Park, so I have finished that quite a while ago. So I'm going to talk a bit spoilers, so if you mind that, you can leave in 3, 2, 1. But yeah, I have thoughts about this book. So in the last clip I mentioned that she seems like very close to her cousin, and I said that I hope that it's not going to be a romance between them, and it was, and it wasn't. So she ends up marrying her cousin, which to today's audience is can be quite uncomfortable, but you know, I wouldn't say that I didn't like it because of it or anything. And actually I ended up quite enjoying this book, so I ended up giving it, well, I think it's going to be like lower 4-star. I think there's like a discrepancy between my enjoyment and what I actually think about the merits of the book. So I usually read Jane Austen because I really like the romances and the characters, and you know, the courting and the intrigue, and also hearing about the financial and like practical things of life back then. And in this one we didn't get that much romance, so that was something that it was kind of missing for me. But again, I'm not going to say it's a bad book because of it. So with the main character, she, I don't know if she like fell in love when growing up with her cousin, but yeah, she was like really fond of him and she was kind of pining. And so in the end he just decides that, oh, she's there and like we get along, so I'm going to marry her. So there wasn't like no romance on the page, or like no courting, so that was something that was missing. So like there was her pining. And then with the other characters, there was a lot of like intrigue and drama that I liked, but that was more like characters like lusting after each other, and there's even like cheating. So yeah, not much romance in this one, but we got different and interesting things. So this one especially talked a lot about class and just different standing in society. So you know, at the beginning there were 3 sisters, and one of them married and gained wealth, which is the aunt that Fanny ended up living with. And then Fanny's mother married and her status went lower, or she just ended up living in poorer conditions. And in the second part, Fanny goes to visit her family after like many years, and she is shocked by the conditions and their manners. And it was very interesting to see. I think this is the only book probably by Jane Austen where we also get look at working class life. So that was a very interesting contrast to be included in it. As for Fanny as the main character, I didn't hate her, but I also didn't love her. So basically I felt that she was a bit too one-dimensional. So I was thinking about it and thought that in some of Jane Austen's books the characters are just better fleshed out. Like in Pride and Prejudice we have Elizabeth, and in Emma, you know, Emma is such an interesting character. And in some other books the characters just feel a bit flat. Like they sometimes almost feel like a caricature, or just like they are supposed to represent just one character trait, and like she really drills it down. Like in Sense and Sensibility I especially feel like you know, the contrast between the sisters, like one is like a walking Enneagram 4 and the other one is just like so like sensible and not expressing her emotions. So yeah, they especially felt like just one walking character trait. And yeah, like Fanny ended up being just the character that's like so good. Like she's holier than Pope, you know, and that got a bit annoying. So in some aspects the book didn't give me what I wanted, but in other aspects I found it really interesting. And although it is quite long, I still enjoyed the majority of it. So yeah, as I said, it's probably lower 4 stars, especially like in terms of my enjoyment. And in the grand scheme it might end up being like my least favorite Austen, but that's not to say that I didn't like it or enjoy it. I don't know if I will ever reread it, you know, maybe once many years pass. Like the other books by her are definitely better contenders for me rereading it, but I'm definitely very glad I read it and that I progressed in my challenge to read all of her novels. And yeah, it was an interesting one. And yeah, since we started this vlog with hauling some things, I thought that we would end it with it too, because I bought some glasses. So I bought glasses actually from Glasses USA, which is like a brand I really wanted to try for years, because you know, a lot of YouTubers were sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored, but I just thought that I would try it out. Like they had this cool feature where you can upload your photo, or even it's a video thing, and you can just virtually try on glasses. It's a bit, you know, I had to pay some custom fees because it's not from Europe, but it still ended up a bit cheaper than the glasses I bought here, and I mostly just wanted to try it. So yeah, I have been procrastinating opening them and trying them on because I'm a bit worried that like they're not going to be a good fit, but let's see. So yeah, I bought 3 pairs of glasses and they came in these, I mean, obviously in a package, and inside there were these 3 pouches. So when you open it, it goes like this, and ooh, here's my first pair. I'm not even going to see it like really with this, I'm just looking at the camera, but anyway. Ooh, okay, what do we think? I think it's dirty. So yeah, I will have to clean it. Also, these got my new prescription that I got measured for, so we will also see if I can actually see well through them. But yeah, this is a bit different than I had, which is what I wanted, but yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, the second one, this one, a round one, which I've never had. Well, I've only been wearing glasses for a few years, so like my normal pair, this one is like the only one I have been wearing. So I really wanted to just try some different styles, see what I like, and see, you know, what fits me well. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I just want to have like a few different pairs to be able to just like fit it with different vibes, I guess. Yeah, what do we think of this one? So yeah, I'm definitely not used to such a big glasses, but I quite like this. Okay, and last one, a bit similar as the first one, but different shape. Yeah, I don't know about this one. That seems like way too overpowering on my face. Also, the angle is still weird, sorry. It's like, with my setup, there's just bound to be some, you know, window reflecting in it or something, so... yeah, we'll see about these ones. So right off the bat, for the first try, I think these are my favorites. So, yeah, that was the glasses haul. I'm glad I finally opened the package. So yeah, this was the November vlog that ended up bleeding into December. And also, I kind of wanted to do a vlog in Dresden because I was supposed to go to Dresden in Germany to see the Christmas markets and in general just like enjoy everything in the city. I was supposed to go yesterday, but I started to feel sick the day before and was generally just too exhausted mentally and physically, so I had to cancel, which really sucks. But yeah, I'm just enjoying a chill weekend at home. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you're enjoying your December. I hope it's not too stressful and that you get some rest. And like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!